Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Art Nouveau Tarot by Matt Myers. I almost said Mike Myers. Matt Myers. There's no website that I saw. It's a 1989 deck, so take that where you want to take it. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, and with an E. Websites I found here were all Hay House websites, I believe. Feel free to freeze frame there if you want any of that information. Okay. This is Scorpio. A card flew out while I was shuffling. It's the man holding a coin upside down. There's a lot going on with this. I can already see that. Okay, this is Scorpio. It's all squished, like, whatever's going on here. Okay, let me just. Do you like that? This is definitely an ending. This is definitely an ending. You got the world coming up. If I can move my finger. You've got the death card coming up, which I can't. Why do I keep covering these things? You've got the walking away card. And it's one of those things where it's kind of like, shouldn't I feel bad about this? But maybe you don't. Maybe you don't feel that bad about it. And you're like, shouldn't I though? Shouldn't I feel bad about this? I don't, but shouldn't I? You don't feel that bad about it. I don't think you're supposed to. But for some reason, maybe there's some social connection to this where it's like other people are expecting you to feel bad. You got the Ace of Wands and you got the High Priestess backing that up. Comes in really fast. It's a very powerful start. It's kind of just one of those things where you just handle it. Scorpio tends to just accept that things change. Like, it seems like Scorpio just kind of accepts that. Like, okay, it changed. Like, that's life. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, that happens. It's not something you're expecting, but it's kind of like maybe somebody else had the control a couple moments ago, but now the control is going to be in your hands. And it's not something you're really expecting. It's not even something you wanted, but now that it is, things change. You just kind of have to roll with it. You're going into this period of very strong control. Is that the Queen? Yep, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Coins is Pentacles. Same thing. Earth. It's all Earth. You're stabilizing something and you're getting control of something. You're walking through this gate and you're taking control. I don't think you're expecting to. The World came in twice. Big change. The World came in twice. Both decks had the World card come in. Big change. You can't really reverse it. The Death card is also another big change. Somebody's leaving, but I feel like whoever's leaving, it's kind of like that's not bad either. I don't feel like it's bad, but you seem to accept it. Maybe that's the point of this. You accept it. You seem to be like, all right, well, that's going to happen. It doesn't matter if people like it. It doesn't matter even if you like it. Scorpio's on point with that too. It doesn't even matter if you like it. Change is change. It's going to happen. I really feel Scorpio's like that, though. Kind of like, it doesn't matter if I like it. It's happening. It's just the way it's going. I feel like you might have to keep up appearances a little bit with this. All right, we'll just roll with this. I don't really think of Scorpio as doing this usually, but okay. You got deceit going on here with the Five of Wands. Other people are upset and you have to deal with that. So you have to be careful to not be too comfortable with the upset. Just because you can accept it, I feel like, okay, Scorpio energy rolls with change. I feel like you're very, very, very well aware that there's a lot of people who just can't. And you seem to be very compatible with that. I don't know. It's weird with Scorpio because I feel like it's not so much about liking it. It's just kind of like it happened, so I'm just going to deal with it. And you just kind of like accept it and move forward. You let it go. When I'm seeing this energy come in so strongly, it feels very much like I have to play it carefully. I don't want people to think that, like, I'm overjoyed with this, even though it does seem to work for you, but it's kind of like I didn't want this to happen. It just happened and I'm just rolling with it. So you have to be careful what you say. You have to be careful to not, like, how do you put this? It's kind of like if you have somebody in your family, oh boy, this could be one, that you don't really care for, but you've tolerated for years and years, and they're like, you just really don't care for them, and then they're gone, one way or another. You can't act like you're happy about it, because you know the people you care about are going to be upset about it. So you kind of like, you're respectful to the situation. I think that's the deceit. You may not be as upset as you appear, but to be respectful to those you care about, to not make it worse on them, you'll kind of play the game where necessary to not make somebody else feel worse about a loss they're experiencing, even though maybe you were more than ready for this to happen. Scorpio is very, very, very in touch with their feelings usually. I think of them as very in touch with their feelings and also in touch with others. Like, you're very perceptive about how other people are affected, about what's going on around them, and how your actions could affect them. And if you very much care about somebody, if that bond is there, of course, not just for anybody, I know that, but if you bond with somebody and you feel that, and you're like, if I have to handle this carefully or I could end up hurting them, you'll do it. You'll do what you need to do, because something is going and it's changing for the better. Something is changing for the better. It's going to take some work. Judgment is going in the favor of the situation. The situation will get better. It's a general read, so I have no idea what's actually happening. So everybody's different, because I almost feel like it may be kind of brutal. It may look really brutal what happened, but I'm getting like judgment has been rendered. This is how the situation is going to improve. Just roll with it on that, I guess. A lot of work is going to happen after. So it's almost like whatever left a mess. So there's a lot of work to clean it up. But through the process of cleaning this up, things get a lot better. A lot better. There are upset people here, though. There are definitely upset people here. I'm not sure where we're supposed to go with it. All right. I'm seeing some energy here, and I'm just like, I'm going to roll the dice on this one. Literally roll the dice. What do we have for y'all? Is that the 11 or 14? 14, which is temperance, and then we got the 5 of cups. The 5 of cups is telling me maybe they know it's not that bad either, but it's hard to see past it for the moment. So it's taking people some time to let things go and to move on to the next phase. Some people may be a little despondent, a little emotionless to it, just like they're non-reactive. Is that good or bad? The people who are non-reactive may be more aligned with how you feel, in the sense of like, I'm not really upset about this change, but I don't want to act like I don't want to like rub it into anybody's face. I don't want anybody to feel bad because I'm okay with it, because I know other people I care about are not. So there may be some people who are despondent, who kind of look upset, but maybe aren't so upset as just trying to keep it together, kind of like, not really that upset about this, but I don't want people to know that because it may make them feel worse. So I don't want to do that to people. I keep feeling that. It's difficult when, you're at peace with something and other people aren't, and you don't want them to think the wrong thing, or you don't want it to like upset them more than they already are. It's a very weird situation. You move forward. After this happens, you do move forward. It's going to take some time. That's the temperance. The 5 of cups is also telling me with some time, I feel like most people will see that the situation has improved. We're just going to have to probably walk away from what it was and not address it as much as just kind of like what it becomes, and just kind of stay in the present future energy and just leave the past, just leave it to where it was. Just leave it there. I feel like that's better for this situation. I almost feel odd saying that. Which I think that's the deceit card coming in for you too, because in the past I feel like there's a lot of things with what it was that was wrong, but we can't point that out. I feel like it's not going to work if we point it out. It's just going to create a negative energy that's just not going to work. So it's kind of like, instead of pointing out this is where it started, that's where it was wrong, instead of going there, I feel like this is so counterintuitive to say that, but instead of doing that, just holding to the present and moving forward to the future, because one of the reasons you wouldn't look at the past and point out where something bad started is because people aren't ready to hear it. And by pointing it out, it just kind of makes it a double negative, which is not good. They just double down on the negativity, and it will pull it back to where it was more than move it forward into a positive energy. It'll return it back to where it was more, and it'll compound more of a negative energy that's not going to help the situation. It just seems very counterintuitive for me to say that. I'm just going to, one more dice thing, just to make sure I'm on with that. It just seems very, I'm like, really? We're not going to deal with the truth of this? Okay. I mean, if we're not, I guess we're not. The 9 of Major Arcana is the Hermit. And then I have the 8 of Fire. Things are going to be very busy. You're going to think about things. Other people are going to be thinking about things. You're going to be thinking about the same situation totally different ways. Let them think the way they want to think. You're not going to heal anything for them. It reminds me of, I can see somebody in my mind's eye very clearly. Very good person, does not deal with the past very well. Romanticizes it very much. And I've had to talk to a lot of people about that because it bothers me. But the base of that is, if somebody's not ready to deal with something, forcing them to or trying to force them to could make it 10 times worse and not cause any healing. Could actually make things you have a broken arm, now you have a broken infected arm. You don't want to make it worse. So it's kind of like, if somebody's not ready to heal, trying to force them to heal is not good. That's why you would kind of leave it alone. All right, I get that. If somebody's not ready to heal, trying to force them to heal could actually make it worse, and can make it a deeper, more painful problem, and we don't want that. So that's what they're giving me, is like, you may see it for the truth of it. You may be ready to handle it. You should, because you're ready. If somebody else isn't ready, if somebody tries to heal before they're ready, if somebody tries to force healing before it's ready, before it's time, it could be a problem. It's kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like you don't force somebody to heal when they're not ready to, because it could rebound and actually compound the problem, make it worse. So that's what I'm getting for that, and why. I almost feel like that's more for me than maybe I don't know. Maybe for some of you guys need that, I don't know, because I'm like, really? We don't want to deal with the truth of why it is? And then they're showing me that. Like, well, some people aren't ready to heal. We all work at different levels. We all go in different speeds. We're ready when we're ready. We all have to go at our own speed. So you may be ready. Heal for you. If they're not ready, don't force it, because it'll just make it worse. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.